So today we came to Delhi College to talk through basically 4 key points. One was to introduce ourselves, Delta Executive Search, an emerging market search boutique based in London, which specialises in emerging and frontier markets for some of the top financial institutions in the world. We've always had a focus on Greece because of our Greek heritage, and actually it's one of the first markets that we focused on. And through our speech, we basically talked about some of the challenges that these young people will have as they graduate and try and find roles in the labour market, given some of the changes that are happening. So one of the big areas of focus are, what are those changes? And Gerry touched on that in the speech.
Yeah, a discussion of how automation and regulation in financial services industry is affecting the job market, the types of roles individuals can look to find opportunities in, given those changes, and also the backdrop of Greece, the financial crisis, and how one as a Greek graduate will try and differentiate versus all the other global financial services or financial background graduates that are looking for roles in international financial service hubs.
Yeah, I think the scale of the task that faces them is formidable. In 2008, Greek GDP peaked somewhere around 350 billion euros, and that number, depending on who you listen to, is down by about half, 160, 170 billion. The Greek public sector, which used to account for a huge uptake of college graduates, is under phenomenal pressure. The private sector similarly has suffered massively. The Greek banks, obviously, are struggling with non-performing loans, with capital controls, all of which presents a unique set of circumstances where young graduates in this country don't have the local options that they would have had pre-crisis, pre-08. So that was something that we wanted to make sure that they understood, and that therefore, while that was happening domestically, simultaneously, the headwinds of deglobalization, where you have things like Brexit and the difficulty that children or graduates from Greece have finding employment abroad, which is not something that had to be faced pre-crisis. And then the final section was about how one navigates this much more challenging environment, and that's through 3 buckets, which is constantly focusing on academia, simultaneously attempting to pick up relevant work experience, and thirdly, non-stop, relentless focus on generating networks. And I think Gerry put it very well, you have to act as if you're a mini CEO and not spend the first 2, 3, 4 years of your professional life as what we would call an execution person, or someone that is just focused on a non-client facing portion of their skill set, and develop networks, relationships relentlessly. And I hope that we got that across to them here today.